सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। सदाशिव समारंभां शंकराचार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरु परंपराम्। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। स्वागतम् सर्वेभ्यः स्वागतम् नमस्कारः। We were discussing about karma yoga, how to move from tamas guna to rajas guna to sattva guna. We are made of three gunas: tamas, rajas, sattva guna. Tamas guna always leads to drowsiness, fear, delusion and confusion. Rajas gives force and egoistic approach, incentives. Sattva gives compassion, caring and sharing, and leads to control over senses. So we have to land the third step. We have studied about the two gunas, which are tamasic and rajas. The action which is undertaken from delusion without heed to consequences, without thinking about the consequences, loss, injury which may happen after the action is called tamasika. Anubandham kshayam himsam anapekshacha paurusham mohad arabhyate karma yattat tamasam uchyate. What is tamasam? You should note this. Gita, Bhagavad Gita 18.25. Bhagavad Gita 18.25 says, Anubandham kshayam himsam anapekshacha paurusham mohad arabhyate karma. Karma which is undertaken from delusion. Mohad arabhyate karma. Moha means delusion. Without heed to the consequence, loss, injury and other reactions. Anubandham kshayam himsam anapeksha. Without thinking about the future, what will happen in the future if I do this? That is tamasika. Without thinking about the results, what may come in future if I do this action today. Without knowing this only, mostly all actions of Papa are done by people. Presently, immediately I don't get, see, look at him. He is throwing a stone on a dog. He hurts a dog. Actually, the dog runs away. But the dog comes to bite me because I am calm and quiet. But he has beaten the dog with a stick or stone. So he is successful. Look at him. He has bought a very big car because he is getting bribe. We don't get bribe. We are simply doing our duty as told by Shastra and the Guru. But look at him, the neighbor, he has bought a new car, very big car, because he is taking bribe. He is corrupted. He lives happily. The one who does corruption and goes against dharma doesn't know what are all the consequences. Because every action has a result, equal and opposite power. If you throw a ball on the wall, it comes back to you with the same power. But when we receive some miseries, then we say, I don't know, I have done good to all people. Even I don't kill mosquitoes. I have not hurt even a mosquito. But in this birth, I have led a very calm and quiet life, but this disease has come to me. Why? I don't know. I have not done any pap. Sir, this is the continuity of your past birth, you know. This connectivity is in the past birth. For example, we have taken a loan in a bank and forgotten to repay. And in our bank, suddenly we get a check of 1 lakh rupees. And already we have 60,000 rupees loan. And if you go to the bank, you will see only 40,000 rupees. Then the person is asking, sir, I have earned 1 lakh. 1 lakh check has come to my account, but you are keeping only 40,000. What is this? Then the bank manager will show you have past debt of 40,000 rupees. That has been 60,000 rupees. Debt already you have, so we have deducted that from your account. Now you are free to take 60,000 only, 40,000 only. So the past karma will be deducted in this, but this is the continuity. Why you have not deducted in the past birth itself? Because you were not having enough longevity of life. You passed away early, you escaped from the physical body very early. So when you go to the next birth only, we can take a collection. We can do our collection from you. We can collect from you. This is what the karma theory. Then what is Rajasika? Yattu kamepsuna karma sahankarena va punaha kriyate bahulayasam tat rajasam udahritam. 18.24. Yattu kamepsuna karma. The karma done by delusion is tamasika. The karma done by craving for desires. Sahankarena va punaha. Also added with ahankara, ego. Desire plus ego. Kriyate bahulayasam. More effect was put. Prayasa. More prayasa. Bahulayasam. Prayatnam. Which is not at all required, but they will go along with 10 cars. To reach a place, 1 car is enough, but followed by 10 cars. And in each car, 5 people will be there. So when he gets down to the meeting, he will be seen with 50 people. Bahulayasam. So all in white and white. All will be in white and white. And on their neck, the party's color towel will be there. So they show their power. See, look behind me. How many people are standing behind me? Bahulayasam. One person will have a rod. One person will have a gun. One person will have a sharpened knife. All are equipped. See, this is what much effort. Rajasika. And when he speaks, somebody says something, all these 50 people will be ready to attack that person. Craving for desires again and again with egoism. Much effort. Unnecessary effort. Here, much effort means effort is required for every action to the extent what is required. For example, if you want to lift a table, 2 persons are enough. And if you are employing 10 persons, it shows Rajasika. The way we do actions depends upon our personality. Very important. This shows our personality. In other words, all our actions are guided by 3 gunas. Namely, tamas, rajas, sattva. How it will be done. So forcefully done actions are rajasic. Action done without thinking about the consequence is tamasic. And now we will go to sattva. From rajas to sattva. Result of rajas is stress and tension. Result of rajas is stress and tension, which is the biggest killer and challenge of the modern era. Rajasic people can achieve more things and improvements. like our science and technology mode. You need special energy to operate the equipments given by science and technology. Silently, it will be killing because of the stress produced. When a mobile phone is ringing, the person gets automatically highly stressed. That is why don't use cell phones while driving. The person is enjoying a dinner with 5 or 6 friends in a hotel. Suddenly, in his pocket, the cell is ringing. Then immediately his palpitation goes up. My wife may be calling. Palpitation goes up. I didn't tell her where I will be in the night. I have not informed her. So definitely she is calling now. Palpitation goes up. Hands are trembling. And he takes the phone. Yes, it is wife only. Sorry, I am not able to come because I am having lot of work in my office. He says a lie. Then again, she says, your colleague from the office called me just now and he said you are not picking up the phone and the office was closed 5 p.m. Then another lie you need to create to hide the first lie. See, stress leads to another stress. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, this type of running away from action will not solve the problem. Lies will not solve the problem. The goal of life is to reach highest happiness, which is the state of total self-satisfaction. Fearlessness, it is a state of pure consciousness, a state from where all actions emerge. Fearlessness will be the result of nishkamya karma, the total non-action, though this ultimate goal of life, therefore, is total non-action. We cannot reach that state of relinquishing action. Action also should be done, but it should not give the results like tamasika or rajasika action. Then what kind of action it is? Which is free from attachment, which is done without love or hatredness. Samachittatvam. It is said to be sattvika. Third is sattva. Sattva means the essence, saramsha, essence. The good features in all of us, the humanitarian characters of love, compassion, sharing, caring, and self-control. It says that it is a good future which is in all of us. The essence of converting kamya karma into karma yoga is in cutting off the strong attachment to fruits of action, which continuously leads us to unceasing work. Asangaha. Non-attachment is the key. Bandha nivritti. Bandhaha. Bandham means attachment. Unattached work is the process. It is this detachment or unattachment that counts in Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga means detachment. It doesn't mean not sitting idle. It means work without attachment. It is that special attitude skill that converts Kamya Karma to Karma Yoga. Now you can see your book 2.47, Essence of Karma Yoga. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturbuhu ma te sangostva karmani. Karmani eva adhikaraha te ma phaleshu kadachana. Ma karma phalahetuhu buhu ma te sangaha astu karmani. Sangaha astu akarmani. Seek to perform your duty, but lay not claim to its fruits. Do your duty and do not expect the result. This is the common translation. But we have taken the explanation given by Pujya Sri Dayananda Saraswati Swamiji. He says, everyone will expect the result. Without expecting result, nobody will do the action. So you have to understand that you have rights to do the duty, adhikara, and you have no right to expect or claim for the fruits. Because the results are determined by your past life karma. Be you not the producer of the fruits of karma. Ma karma pala hetuhu buhu. And you are not the source or producer for fruits of karma. And also, sangaha astu akarmani. Do not depend upon of inaction. Neither shall you lean towards inaction. Karmani means actions, akarmani means inaction. Again, the point to be noted is that the strong attachments should be diffused. It is this skill in action which characterizes karma as kaushalam. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Gita 2.50. Yoga is the skill in action. Knowing this, a person can be a practitioner of detachment. One who knows that I have no right in results, also doing the duty for duty's sake, then he is a karma yogi. Here we submit our duty to Ishvara. When you do an archana, the priest will say, you will say, please do the archana in my name or my daughter's name. He will say, Mamo Pata, Mama Upata, Samasta, Durita, Kshayadvara, Shri Parameshwara Prityartam. He will say. If you are able to understand the meaning, you will say, stop, stop, stop. It is for Mama Prityartam. So it is for my pleasure you have to do, not for Ishvara's pleasure. For Ishvara's pleasure, why I should do an archana? I need benefits. If at all these benefits are going to Ishvara, why I should spend money to come to the temple and do all these prasadas and do archana? You are telling Ishvara will be pleased. I have to be pleased. I don't know whether Ishvara is existing or not, but I know that I am existing. So you do the archana for Mama Prityartha. Then he says, Shivaya Namaha, Shankaraya Namaha, Pinakini Namaha. Then you are asking, sir, what is the meaning of this Namaha? It means, he says, it means it is not mine, it is yours. It is not mine, it is yours. Na mama. It is not mine, it is yours. Hey Shiva, it is not mine, it is yours. It is not mine, it is yours. What is this? If I know this, I will not come for the puja. You are doing everything reverse. The first thing you said, it is for the pleasure of Ishvara. It has to be done for the pleasure of myself. And everything is mine. My house, my car, my money, my land. Even I can buy this temple, then it will become my temple. I can buy you, you will become my priest I have employed. So everything is mine. Then you are telling it is not mine, it is yours to use Ishvara. So now, without knowing this, people are going to temple and doing this. If they know the meaning, they will never do archana. And they will nicely beat the priest. I am giving the money to you. You are offering it to Ishvara. You offer, don't worry. But you get the benefit for it. That is foolishness. It is not kaushalam. Knowing that even though I possess, even though I bought this car because of my hard work, I am not going to be the permanent owner of this. I am blessed to use this for some time as long as I exist in the physical body in this time and place. After that, I don't know who will be using this car, or this car will be smashed to a plate. Knowing this, even then I do action for Ishvara is Kaushalam. What is Kaushalam? I know that this karma is my effort, but the result is not my belonging. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Then only it is called yoga. How did you arrive this? Because of knowledge. Ignorance leads to likes and dislikes. This attitude of detachment leads to a transformation from ordinary karma to yoga. Now your action is not called action, it is called yoga. You are called as yogi. Kaushalam in action is to learn the skill to work with lesser attachment. Okay, I'm not able to understand this, that it doesn't belong to me. Okay, you are telling this is the belonging of Ishvara. What I can do? This has come to me as a thought. What do you possess? Doesn't belong to you. This belongs to Ishvara. This belongs to Ishvara. Now this has come to me as an information. Then I have to work on it. But you are the doer, but there is no tension in your work because you are not responsible person for the result. Relaxed action. Calm, steady work is the key. You work with all relaxed nature. You do not run. Whatever the speed you take in your car, you may reach the destination just 5 minutes before. One who drives the car steadily, calmly, in a relaxed mode, he will reach 5 minutes later, but he will be stressless. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Yoga is equanimity, evenness. Steady like a rock, unperturbed by the results, he moves to reach the goal. He learns that skill by which he does not get emotionally disturbed, yet retaining the sensitiveness and the sharpness of his faculties. Thus, it is equivalent that the core of Karma Yoga is in unattached action. This unattached action is easy to learn, but very difficult to do. How will you perform this without unattachment? So some examples are given. Nurses, doctors, teachers. Detachment starts with duty. When you are doing the role, you are only the role. You may be a father, you may be a mother, you may be a brother, you may be a sister, you may be a mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, etc. But when you go to work, you are playing that role, manager role. I am the manager here. When you are a Shishya to a Guru, you are playing a role of Shishya. When you are teaching, you yourself become Guru. Now you tell me, are you a Shishya or you are a Guru? The role is determined by the action. So you are not the role. You are playing that role as if an actor plays in that role. If you know this, you will develop yourself with more and more duty conscious, then the attachment comes down. You see the graph, duty consciousness goes up, attachment reduced. You do more and more work without attachment. Then the next part is yajna. So far, we have studied about Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas. Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas, and the actions produced and the results produced. Out of which we will choose Sattva Guna, which will give Chitta Shuddhi, purification of mind will be the result of Sattva Guna and Sattva Karmas, Sat Karmas, what we do. So Yajna is one of the Sattva Karma, unattached action. Yajna characterizes the concept of unattached action, the core of Karma Yoga. Yajna can easily be practiced even by an ignorant in the society. Yajnas are prescribed for the good of the society, to increase the wealth of the land, to bring greater harmony in the society. These groups, yajnas were normally performed by the rulers of the land or groups of individuals coming together at different regions of the country. Yajnas are conducted by the rulers or kings in those days. Mantra Shastra, through its special facets, attunes the mind of an individual to higher levels of consciousness. In other words, the Devas start manifesting more of their powers in that individual when does karma coupled with the mantras. These higher manifestations naturally can bring the desired results, just as the adoption of higher discoveries of science made possible the coming up of an era of affluence with higher speed, better communications, transport, and increased food production. Now we have greater communication equipments, devices. That is why I am able to talk with you now. At present, I am talking with a person who is far away from me. You may be in some other country, you may be in some other nation, some other place, but in no time I am communicating with you. In the same way, any part of the world can be reached by 12 hours. The other part of the world can be reached by 12 hours. Transport is very important for socialization and increased food production. Essential food production. Even you see now there are children who are starving because of malnutrition, because of vitamins, because of iron. So people are trying to give protein foods, iron-based foods, and to increase their strength. This world has always duality. A person is wasting food, another person tries to eat the wasted food which is thrown out of the building. A great function is happening, but food is wasted. The food is thrown out of the building and people, children are running towards the food. You can see this horrible scene everywhere. Even in USA, we see people who are called as homeless. If you say you donate for poor people, in USA, it is not understandable because there is no poor people, but they are called as homeless people. They sleep on the street and they get some help and they live their livelihood. They are called homeless people. Even in USA, people are homeless, means you see the duality of this world. Next is conflicts. Kim karma kima karmeti kavayopyatra mohitaha tatte karma pravakshyami yajñatva mokshyashe shubhat. Kim karma kima karmeti kavayopyatra mohitaha tatte karma pravakshyami yajñatva mokshyase shubhat. Sages also perplexed as to what is action, what is inaction. Therefore, I shall tell you what is action is, by knowing which you shall be freed from evil. What is that secret? As we progress in Karma Yoga, the motivation of work moves from duty sense of using all work for attuning ourselves to inner awareness Working in awareness becomes the blissful process of unattached action. In certain professions and works, there is an inherent awareness knit into. Even sages are confused. What is karma? What is akarma? Kavayaha api yatra mohitaha. Kavayaha means kavihi, kavi, kavayaha. Sages. Sages are also confused. About what? What is action? What is inaction? What should I do? You are recommending inaction. Or if at all I sit, that is also an action. Sitting is also an action. If at all I sit silent, that is also sitting silent an action. So I am going to tell what is the secret about this karma and akarma. Karmano happy bodhavyam, bodhavyamcha vikarmanaha, akarmanascha bodhavyam, gahana karmano gatihi. It is necessary to discriminate action, forbidden action, and inaction. There are three words. One is action. Another is prohibited actions, forbidden actions. Third one is inaction. Yogastha kuru karmani sangantyakva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. We have referred this shloka many times. Perform action, O Dhananjaya, being fixed in yoga, renouncing attachments and even-minded success and failures. Even-mindedness in success and failure. Equilibrium is verily yoga. Equal-mindedness is called yoga. Buddhi yukto jahati hai, ube sukrita dushkrite, tasmat yogaya yujyasva, yoga karma sukaushalam. The one fixed in equanimity of mind frees oneself in this life from vice and virtue alike. Therefore, devote yourself to yoga. You devote your life to yoga. Work done to perfection is verily yoga. Karmanya karmayah pashyet, akarmani cha karmayah, sabuddhiman manusheshu, sayuktah krishna karma krite. He who sees inaction in action and action in action is wise among men. He is a yogi and accomplisher of everything. This is like a riddle. You have to go deeply and we have to discuss a lot to understand this. He who sees inaction in action is doing the action, but he knows I am not the doer. One who has lost kartrutvam is doing the action, but he knows very well, ultimately I am not the doer. Who is the doer? In the first step, you can bring Ishvara and you can assign Ishvara as the doer. I am only an instrument. Ami yantraha tumi yantri. Famous saying of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa ji is based on this shloka. I am the machine, you are the operator. Again, car example you take, you are driving the car. If at all the car thinks I am the doer, what will happen? Car is not the doer. In action, you are thinking of inaction. Action is going on, but you are not the doer. This is the secret. So one who knows aham akarta, I am not the doer, is wise among men. He is a yogi and accomplisher of everything. This is very common among people. People used to say, what can I do? And everything is in the hands of Ishvara. This is an expression of depression. Unknowingly, they are telling that. So what can I do? Everything is the action of Ishvara, decision of Ishvara. With all depression, they say. But with all wise understanding, if you say that I have no kartrutvam, I have no doership. So kartrutva tyaga. In karma yoga, This kartrutva tyaga is very important. Sacrificing doership. Even though you are doing, how you should do? Karmasu kaushalam. You have to do in a perfect way. So I am not the doer. Why I should take all responsibilities? No, you should do it perfectly. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. And also samatvam yoga uchyate. These shlokas are very important for yoga practitioners. Yogastah kuru karmani samatvam yoga uchyate yogaha karmasu kaushalam. These three words you can note. Then master karma yogi. Tyaktva karma pala sangam nityatripto nirashrayah karmanya vipravartopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. What do they say? Having abundant attachment to the free fruits of action, ever content depending on nothing, though engaged in karma, verily he does nothing. He knows that I am not responsible for the results which are called fruits of karma. Even though I am not depending on that, I do my action. Great sages like Vasishtha, Parashara, Jagadatmananda, etc. lived in this stage of no bondage. Krishna is the master, he announces in Gita. Even if I smash the whole world, neither I kill nor do I get bound by the action. It is exactly this way that Shiva destroys the whole world at the time of Pralaya. For that horrifying act of Shiva, if sin would accrue, he will be the worst sinner in the cosmos. Shiva is the responsible for destruction. If he destroy, he will be called as the worst sinner. Totally attuned to his Swarupa, the state of silence, akarma. All acts cease to bind him. So it is equivalent to non-performance of the act. So akarma, akartrutvam, kartrutvam is the doership. Akartrutvam is a non-doership. Akarma. So karmani, akarmani pashyet. In your duties, you see the actionless stage. Your Atma is in actionless stage. Manas buddhi chitta ahankara sharira is doing the work. It is the instrument. Atma never takes the responsibility of the art taking part in karma. Then ultimate merger. Tasmadasaktas satatam karyam karma samachara asakto hyacharan karma pramapnoti purushaha. Therefore, constantly perform your obligatory duty without attachment. By performing unattached action, man verily obtains the supreme. Karmajam buddhi yukta hi palam tyaktva manishinaha janma bandha vinirmuktaha patham gacchantya namayam. Karmajam buddhi yukta hi palam tyaktva manishinaha janma bandha vinirmuktaha padam gacchantya namayam. The wise imbued with evenness of mind. Apuryamanam achala pratishtham samudramapah pravishanti yadvate tadvat kama yam pravishanti sarve sashantim apnoti na kama kami. Apuryamanam achala pratishtham samudramapah pravishanti tadvate tadvat kama yam pravishanti sarve sashantim apnoti na kama kami. Not the desire of desires, not the desire of desirous, but that man attains peace, in whom all desires merge even as rivers flow into the ocean, which is full and unmoving. All rivers are merging with Samudram. Like that, all desires are merged in peace. Depending on how far we imbibe the qualities of unattached action and the state of awareness, the bliss, peace, and stability of mind also get determined. Even moments of awareness bear great fruits of joy and bliss. Simple application of analysis, even for a short time, clear a large cluster of doubts. As we grow in sadhana, our understanding becomes blissful. It is not that we go on doing the sadhana for months, years, and get the realization. The path of karma yoga is a nishkarmya sthiti. It is called nishkarmya sthiti. Yes, there may be many enfoldments on the path as well, but the results are found at each step of sadhana and the benefits accrue then and there. Hence, the path is joyful, natural, blissful, and steady process, and a strenuous, effortful, torturous endeavor like tapas. It is strenuous, effortful, torturous endeavor like tapas. It is like a tapas. What we do is like tapas. What is tapas? Karma yoga is the tapas. Now it leads to region of freedom. Sattva rajas tama. Frequency increasing. Curve of limitation. Study the picture given nearby and you will get the points. What are the points? We will study the summary tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Yogastha Kuru Karmani. Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam. Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. These 3 points you memorize. Yogastha Kuru Karmani. Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam. These 3 points repeatedly bring into your contemplation what is yoga. Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. First point. What is yoga? Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Now you know equal-mindedness. Siddhya Asiddhyoho Samatvam. In victory or failure, Samatvam. Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Point number 1. And yoga karmasu kaushalam. Do your duty in a best way. What is the best way? Knowing that I am not the doer, akrutva, akartrutva. Then that karma is called kaushalam, the best. Yogastha kuru karmani, samatvam yoga uchyate, yoga karmasu kaushalam. Yogaha karmasu kaushalam. Yoga is the best way of action. That is why it comes in the theory of yoga. Thank you.